Oh, are you not talking about real life?
Damn it, Maya. Cameron's the only one to be allowed to be hopeless. You still have a future. We still have hope for you.
I am the future generation. The future generation has no hope.
You and
I
Tren.
mean, with Tren being in it too, you have a good argument for that.
Yeah, basically.
Money. Did you see my meme in
Get
meme
on
chat?
EU4.
Oh my god, last night.
DM Cameron, get on EU4.
Yeah, that was annoying. Let me pop this puppy off for right now, so my AC unit isn't going in the background. Stream is up. Alright. Let me change the name.
To something that shows the hopelessness of the situation.
The overlay is Grim Legacy.
Yep, I know. And so is the title.
Ah. Okay. I just thought I was going to mention.
No worries. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, pre-workout just went up my nose. That was not okay.
That's not where it's supposed to go.
No, no. And I'm going to be honest. It tastes good. It does not smell good.
Gotta get pumped up, DM.
Well, that's actually why I'm drinking it. Is what else did I put in this earlier? I don't want to know. Yeah, no, earlier it was, I don't know, I forget what I was saying. I lost my train of thought as I'm trying not to snort any more pre-workout. I was gonna make coffee, but it's 90 degrees out right now. I've had my AC unit running all day after moving a bunch of boxes, and I just don't want to have to drink something hot. So, yeah, my nose. Alright, we'll see if Tren joins today or no. And we'll see if Captain wakes
Captain?
up. Captain might be
Yeah.
asleep, so you might want to at him and get his attention.
Yeah, no, but we were talking earlier. Like, he messaged me earlier today.
Oh, he
So,
could be
like,
on the phone with Jem.
he was awake earlier.
At the boyo.
Oh, Cyrus is on it.
Yep, and Tren's here.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Tren.
Sorry.
Be afraid, Tren. We're fighting a big pea spot in the ocean.
Oh, okay.
Actually, funny
Yeah,
enough,
sorry.
Tren and Fraz helped me create the encounter for today.
Oh, you used all of it? Or just some of it?
So that you better use that knowledge to help us win, Tren.
Oh, don't worry, Tren. I truly made sure
Tren
it
doesn't
was
know
going
how
to be
to win it.
interesting.
He used all of them. We're dead.
I'm gonna be honest. Tren is the only it's the only player I've had that's survived as long as him.
Why do you let the sadistic players make encounters?
Actually, I was going last night. When Tren was bugging me about EU4. Fraz was jumping on, and me and Tren and Fraz were chatting and joking. And I was like, I need to customize this because the CR is way too high. And because it was the Dragon Turtle and Leviathan is what I had planned. As I had mentioned it already, I don't feel bad about saying it now. And as I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I should customize this to make this more interesting. And then Trent goes, add Baylor. All right. And then Fraz said, you know what? If they're going to be swimming, I've got some monsters I recommend. And then Trent goes, you should add a dragon. So I want you to know that everything that's going to kill you today is Trent.
Why?
2 dragons.
But why do you let them influence you? See, I saw you on voice chat, and I'm like, I almost want to hop in. Next time I see you guys together, I'm hopping in so you can't spoil anything. You can't plot. I'm gonna be an encounter cock block from now on.
I mean, that's not going to help you any, because I've done it in front of Cameron multiple times where he's been sitting in there and I've still talked about it.
At least I'll have the knowledge, because we were plotting for the Leviathan and Dragon Turtle, and now all that's out the window.
No, it's only just a small portion of the situation now.
Yes.
You want to know what's going to be even better? So, me and Wolf have decided to get a place in Seattle, just because of cheaper rent for a 2-apartment for 2 people. And so Wolf's going to help me plan safe out from now on. Now, if you think I'm sadistic, at least realize I'm sadistic and I choose monsters that just sound interesting. Wolf actually knows what he's looking for when he's trying to plot something, so he's gonna give me recommendations, and it's gonna be hell. So I hope you put on your bootstraps and are ready to go.
We need to get
Yeah,
a lot
no,
of
that's
EXP really
why that's why I hate that you let them help you, because I know they're like just out to torture everyone and everything.
That's because of the campaign they started in. You can ask Cameron about
Yeah,
that.
you're like, well, I'll choose things that are probably going to kill up, but you have a storyline in mind. They're just like death, 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 destruction, chaos.
It stirs.
What else would you do without
It
death and
stirs the
destruction?
story. It makes it more interesting.
I'd
Yeah,
like to.
I can vouch for Time Fornicators being completely fucked up. That's why we came up with the name Time Fuckers. Trent even agrees to this.
I'd
Yeah.
like to play Zaya once where she's not about to die or having a mental breakdown.
Oh, well, then you're not truly
You had
playing one of
that
my
last
campaigns.
No, because she's still panicking because 2 of her teammates are probably gonna die, if not more.
Oh, don't worry, there'll be 3 now, because we have Kips we're introducing today.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And don't worry, Kips, I have a way of introducing you in.
Thank
Is
you.
he gonna get a name change then, so I know how that's actually spelt?
There you go.
Here.
I just did it.
No, we're not.
Kips.
We're not doing that.
Okay, so it
I
is.
mean,
It's with a P. I thought it was with a B.
Nope.
Kibbs, like
Nope.
kibble.
nickname.
Yeah, I just put your nickname in proper, Tren.
There you go.
Why are
You-
you keeping Snicknash?
Because it's
Because I'm
Tren.
Because I'm still
Mm.
Snick there.
That's
yeah,
true.
He's playing both.
Also, you're very quiet, Tren, which is not a sentence I think I'd ever say.
I don't think you want to hear me eating fries.
Oh.
Oh, speaking of which,
I mean, I'm gonna be muting too because I'm gonna be eating some ribs.
I have not eaten anything.
I want to state this on the record. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Sherry's and why they changed their entire menu around, but fuck you, Sherry's. You've got terrible food now, and your burgers are shit. I'm so mad. I spent $18 to get burgers and fries. I ordered tater tots, and they gave me fries, and their burgers were so unseasoned. It was disgusting. Ugh. I'm still mad about that. Never again.
Make your
Probably-
own good burger.
Probably new cook or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every time I've ordered from that place, it's always been bad. It's just they don't season
Why do
their
you
meat.
keep ordering?
Well, I don't. It's been like a year since I've ordered from them, but every time I've done it, and they're like,
Oh.
this just sounds good. I want a burger and I want it quick, and because there's a Sherry's like a couple streets down, so it's like 20 minutes turnaround, and that means I don't have to walk
Yeah.
in 95-degree heat. And so yeah.
The same thing.
Mhm.
The same thing happens. There's a Taco Bell near where I live, and I don't know why we go there because every time we've gone,
Don't bring
I
up
don't
that
even
house
get
name.
from. No, I don't even eat there, but my mom and sister does, and they've always gotten bad food, bad service. And there's 2 times now they've seen them let people who weren't employees back behind the counter with the food, no gloves, no mask, anything. And
Mhm.
literally the last time my sister and mom went, they wanted to get those cinnamon bites with like the cream filling or whatever,
Cinnamon.
and they
Mhm.
had
Cinnamon
they had
puffs.
to go 4 times. First time cold, went back cold again. I forget what it was. They had to go back a total of 4 times and get their order redone because they messed up so badly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the same thing happened with us. We went there the other day and they fucked up our orders completely.
And they
At
don't
least mine
even
was
like
a burrito
have
box, so it
half.
wasn't too bad, but
Half of the food items they don't even have, so I don't know why they go back there. And then my mom's like, "It was awful." I'm like, "Why'd you go there? You had a choice."
I'm going to deafen myself. I need to pick some spells. At me
because
whenever we're
Taco Bell.
ready and going out.
Okay.
Trend will be starting in
good
20.
ones.
Trend will be starting in 20 minutes.
Okay, that should be plenty of time.
Because Taco Bell.
No, honestly, I mean, unless you're a stoner, there's no reason to eat eating Taco Bell. Plus, once you're over 18, there's definitely, or over 21,
Yeah.
switch over to Denny's like a normal human being.
Yeah. The one thing I
sorry.
liked was
Denny's
when
is
they weren't.
chaos. I choose no.
The one thing I liked about Taco Bell, like assuming they're not soaked in grease, which they usually are, was the Doritos Locos Taco Shell. But you can
Ugh.
order them, like the cheese ones. You can just order them and make them yourself. So you could just home make it. So there's like no reason to go.
Okay,
Well-
actually, they do have one new thing that you might like that isn't soaked in grease.
I
They
ain't
don't
going
fuck
to the
up.
one near where we live. I'll go one
Oh,
two
no, it's
towns
not.
over.
Go over to Coldwater to get it, but it's the grilled cheese burrito.
No, I don't like beans that much.
Oh, there's no beans. It's rice. It's made with
Oh.
rice, not beans. So I was like, you will
And-
like it.
Yeah, our Taco Bell locally is pretty good, and we don't have a Denny's, so I can't switch to that.
Oh,
I think I
Cyrus,
went to
oh.
Denny's once,
Well,
and I don't know that it was the best or the
So
worst.
Denny's, like Taco Bell, has a conditional reason on why you go there. Denny's is hangover food. You get it
Oh,
because you're so hungover you need grease. So
Although I don't remember what their one breakfast sandwich is. It's basically like a omelet in a
Mhm.
sandwich.
mhm.
Oh my god, that thing's good. And that thing's good even when you're not hungover.
It is, but honestly, that is really, I mean,
Bad, but it's good.
yeah, it's so bad for you, but that's why you eat it, is because you need those heavy saturated fat foods when you're hungover to absorb all the alcohol left in your system so you'll stop puking. Or this way, if you
Yeah.
puke, Denny's food, the nice thing is it tastes the same as it goes down as when it comes up. And this is coming from
I
a
learned
guy
that
with
when I
lots
was
of
younger.
Oh god. I learned that off a bottle of crack and rum. Never again. But
I
yeah,
learned that having the stomach flu and going to Denny's.
yeah, you're an idiot. But you know, to be fair, that was well established. Ugh. Why
My
would you?
feelings.
What feelings? Why would you ever eat anywhere with a stomach flu? Like that's just a waste of food going out.
Well, it wasn't that I wanted to. It was that we were out, and that was where we stopped to eat. I wasn't feeling good. We didn't know it was stomach flu at the time, but we figured out the next day.
Cameron, I really some days question your intelligence, friend.
Hey, I was like 8.
Cameron, I really
Blame
question your
the
intelligence. God.
Blame the person who doesn't get their child that has a stomach flu soup.
Why? Ew.
Oh no, I order my own food at that age, so.
Mm.
Oh, congrats,
Well-
Cameron. We're proud of you.
Who? I don't know. You could trust an 8-year-old to make logical decisions when they're sick.
I can't trust any of you to make logical decisions when you're normal.
Hey, I make
Yeah.
decent decisions. In
Mm-hmm.
out
Oh,
of character. In
please
character, I
tell
don't.
me how you make good decisions. Go ahead. Explain this one to me.
Because I don't choose to eat from the Taco Bell one. First off, let's get that off the.
That's common
Uh,
sense. I'm happy you have
There's
that.
been times where my sister tried to go and grab a wild snake, and I haven't ever done that ever. You know.
The
so,
question is,
narc
did
that
you
down.
let her do it?
I wasn't there when she did it. She's done it when I wasn't there, but I wouldn't do it myself had I been there.
That's just common sense. That's not intelligence.
Yeah, common sense. Common sense, would you argue, is not intelligence of some level?
No.
Because if you don't have common sense, then you also
Common
lack
sense
intelligence.
is the ability to in a sense think about your survivability. It's basically telling you, hey, red berries growing from a bush that I don't know what they are, I probably shouldn't eat. That's called survival. It's an entire separate role from
I know a
intelligence.
lot of people who don't have that, so
Well, because that's
so it
human
makes
evolution.
me feel intelligent.
Cyrus.
Maya, we live in an area where the common sense gene was forgotten long ago. It develops
Yeah.
when people age up now instead of actually being with them from birth. You just got lucky and developed it very quickly.
And instead,
Common-
they've got clubfoot. Go ahead, Cyrus.
yeah,
I
common
got
sense.
common sense, but I also now have. I'm not social, so there's an aspect to it you sacrifice.
I'm just gonna say common sense isn't as common as you would think.
That's
Nope.
true. But clubfoot is
Like all the-
apparently.
It's rare sense.
Like all the people who ate the Tide Pods or whatever the heck and all that stupid stuff.
Hey,
That's
tho-
just
Those are
that's
tasty. Thank you
evolution.
very much. Some poor kid's gonna hear that and actually do it, and that'll thin out the gene pool a little bit. Mother Nature takes care of its own. Isn't that right, Clubfoot?
Shut up.
Oh man, you might have to at
I'm
Captain a
stuffing
few
my
more
face with some
times.
good ribs.
Yeah, I bet you are. You like that red saucy meat, right?
Actually, no, these ones were cooked by a butcher, so they're actually really good. Very nicely seasoned.
I think okay. You know what? I don't care anymore.
I'm ignoring your bullshit for once. Leave me be. You're not ruining one of my favorite foods.
I can. Would you like me to? I take that as a no. Oh, I should probably go get my book. I just thought about that. I don't want to walk all that way. Maya, I have a job for you.
Yeah.
I need you to go into my office and grab my D&D books.
Yes, let me invent time travel real quick. Or
No, you need to invent
teleportation.
teleportation.
All
Yeah.
You know
all-
what?
all you need is
I
a
didn't
TARDIS.
get to sleep at a reasonable time.
Neither did I, thank you. I was awake till 4 a.m.
Yeah, but you don't have a life.
5 a.m. No, wait, 6 a.m. Haha, loser. To be fair, I was having bank account issues though, so I was up trying to figure that out.
And you didn't PM me? I'm surprised.
It wouldn't be awake. It was 6 a.m. my time.
That's 4 a.m. my time? Actually, I might be.
Oh, well, I thought it was 5 or
Given
6
his
you
workout
got up.
schedule, probably.
No, I get up at 5 a.m. Almost every day, but I have my phone on 24/7, so if it bings, I always hear it. Yeah, you know, if you
It
ever have
just would
bank
depend
questions.
on how much bullshit he wanted to deal with that day.
No, it's more if it's Cameron, I'm not getting up. You're welcome, Cameron.
Oh, DM.
Yes.
I see how this is.
It probably is not going to be a factor, but I am technically on call this weekend, so
Oh no.
hopefully I will get no calls because I've gotten none so far this weekend.
Oh, are you working from home now as well?
No, we just do a rotation for on call for tech support.
Oh, okay.
It's my week.
Okay. I was gonna say, cause yeah, man, if you're dealing with the same shit, man, trust me, I understand fully. I've been
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
No, I've been well, I can't talk about this too much, but I've been going through my training. Thankfully, because of my whole like computer issues, well, sadly, because they gave me a broken keyboard, which let me just tell you, I've never seen a keyboard actually break in the way that it did, where I popped the key off and it still continued to spam even after cleaning the thing out. No idea what happened. Anyways,
That's amazing.
so I've only had my computer now officially for 8 days, and I'm still catching up on my last bit of my training, and because of that, and I have 10 days full of training, I don't get assigned to anything till the 27th, so basically after Tuesday next week, I have nothing to do. So we're gonna have a lot of D&D writing this weekend. But no, I feel you. During the week, even though I technically clock off at 1:30, I'm on call till about 6 p.m. just in case they need me, because I got the
Right.
morning Asian people getting up and pinging me.
Yeah, and only thing that should hit for me is like dire emergencies for customers because
Hmm
we don't really have any that do 24/7. So, or even later night, it's pretty much all 8 to 5 type businesses.
Oh, okay, that's nice at least. So you do have set hours.
Yeah,
Oh man.
but this is just like I said, after hours in case something completely blows up.
I get you.
But nice thing is I don't have to get back to them for an hour, and I always screen the calls. So
No worries. Well, hey, good. I know who to call when I'm resetting up my new computer. Cause yeah, when I move, I'm gonna have to reset this whole thing up, and I can't wait to do that. Yay! I also have to figure out
Suffering.
how to customize an N64 to fit the frame of a 50-inch TV.
Oh,
That'll be interesting. We're gonna see how much
Yeah, that
blown out I can get. But yeah, someone at Captain.
one dice wants to save my life.
There's no dice that are gonna help you tonight. Allow me to
That's a
tell
black
you
one.
of the fuckery that's going on tonight. Allow me to explain the amount of XP. How would you like to be level 12 by the end of tonight?
I would love it.
If I survive,
Well, I will tell you this because this gives away nothing. If you survive and manage to kill everything involved, that's 15,480 XP, which is about what I averagely give Grim Legacy about at your guys' level. So
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes,
except
but
we
you
didn't
see, the
make our
problem
characters
is,
completely broken originally.
no, the problem is the XP won't do any good to a corpse, and I feel like that's an 80% probability if we fight all these things.
think about it like this: you've got 2 people who are veterans of the Time Fuckers campaign, so you should
I
be
just haven't
fine.
started tapping into my done with shit phase, which I got into with Time Fuckers.
Yeah, it didn't end well for him. He died still. Just as a heads up. I mean, so
Yeah.
did Tren. Tren got killed because of bees.
Still the most entertaining death.
Yep. He got beaten over the head with a mace because of chocolates and bees. So,
In a small little room that Wolf made.
yeah. Barely saving everyone from an invasion of Durgar. Oh my god, that was a good day. I still have that map too, I think.
Ugh.
Ah. God. Yeah, man. God, this next week's gonna be rougher than all hell. I'm not looking forward to doing all this moving and lifting of shit. I've got 11-gallon jugs of alcohol I have to somehow figure out how to pack.
Are they glass?
Yes.
They make boxes for that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to have to buy shit for it, so...
Or you can make them by getting cardboard boxes and then just crisscrossing cardboard inside them.
That
Then
is
apply
true.
packing peanuts as necessary.
Did you just say packing penis? Because if you did, that's...
Peanuts!
Oh, okay.
I did
Peanuts!
hear, that is what I heard. Your microphone made it sound like you said penis.
Maya!
Just
Language!
Microphone's trying to get us demonetized.
Hey, DM, just stuff in a few dildos with it. It'll be
Maya!
fine.
Maya!
Get
Language!
the Moby.
You're supposed to be innocent! You shouldn't
I
know all
have
this.
sworn on this show. I don't think you could say language now. It's a bit too late for that.
You shouldn't know these things, damn it! You're still an innocent child. Close your ears.
Yeah,
Do you think 16-year-olds in today's world are innocent? Because I know my
I do.
sister who's 12 and she is not innocent at all either.
I do, because you've never had to see Goatsy and stare into the abyss, or Blue Waffles, or the One Man, One Jar video.
I have heard of it.
But you've
I
never
know
seen it.
just because I
no,
didn't
but
have
it's
to
still
Google
something you
it.
can easily Google.
No.
What's it?
Actually,
Is it
Goatsy
is
is
it Two Girls, One Cup?
that's the original. Goatsy has
Yeah.
been banished off the internet. You can't actually find many images of the original. Once you stare into the abyss that is Goatsy, it stares back, and you are forever
I will state
changed.
that you're changed.
But
That's why I told you never look it up.
the bigger thing is, no, I think as far as it goes, Maya, your generation has is not as corrupted because you guys aren't learning the internet, whereas my generation had to learn the internet because we were given it at the such a young age, but no one had any rules for it. So
To be fair, when you are young on the internet, because I did first get on like a phone, I think when I was 11 or 12, you don't know everything. So I will say I came across stuff that I didn't know what it was, like fan fiction and all that stuff, and I did not know what it was.
I remember my.
So you do have to learn some
aspects.
aspects.
Fan fiction.
You weren't
God,
there
that
for
was a
it.
trip. No, you
I don't
told
think-
me about it.
Oh, maybe. I
wasn't
don't
there
have good
in
memory.
person. I wasn't there in person, but you did know me, and you were like, Cameron, I found this thing online called fan fiction. And I was like, Maya, no. No.
Look, it's
Maya,
just a
no.
bunch of stories. Look, it's so fun. I love reading. Look at the. Oh god. Oh no.
Oh, some of it's
that's pretty
innocent.
much-
Like 1% of it is innocent.
Yeah, 1%, and then the other bunch of it is just really weird. Like, what's it? Isn't there like, Harry Potter fan fiction that has a Wikipedia because it's so like infamous?
Oh, there's
Or something?
There's
lots out there.
multiple. Oh
I
my
haven't
God,
read it because I never read Harry Potter. I just know I've heard of it.
Oh yeah, I kept trying to get you to read Harry Potter, and you're like, no, I'll get to it eventually.
Our library doesn't have the first book. It has like second, and then I think to fifth, and that's like it.
If you can, well, Maya, you don't know this, but North Adams Library, you can request books to be brought in, and they will get them in for you.
Yes, Cameron, saying the name out loud on the live stream. Very smart play
There are
and high
15
intelligence.
cities named North Adams in the United States. You know what?
Yeah, but
They
they
know the state we live in. You fool! Your intelligence of -500. Why would you do this? This is why I don't bring up
I
stuff.
haven't said the state yet.
no,
The
everyone,
stream,
no,
but the
it's
DM knows it.
it's pretty known what state you live in. We've talked on stream many a times for that.
So if people have been watching
What
for a
state of
while,
panic?
It's probably granted. It's only limited to like 3 people.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like I'm popular here.
I'm not
Come on.
worried about the people watching scene. I'm worried about the people in here looking up stuff.
Oh,
Good luck.
yes. I so want to know where you live, Maya. I'm so interested. Oh my god.
No, there's pictures of
Maya,
me
be
because I've
yourself.
been student of the month and I look awful as an ugly middle schooler.
All right, now I'm
Everyone looks
curious.
awful as a
All right,
middle schooler.
Cameron, you need to
No.
send me the picture. All
No.
right, she's
I
got.
can find them,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll leave. I'll forfeit.
So
I will watch YouTube today.
you will look. Yes, and you will watch your party die because of it.
Yeah, no, with our plan too. Yeah, it'll definitely not be good. But you know what? I haven't even sent a picture of how I look like currently. You're just gonna see middle school year-old me, and that's
You're
all
right.
you're gonna know.
The only
And I'm-
people who are known and what they look like are Tren, Wolf, Fuka, myself, and I think Captain, and then in the other chat,
think-
Fraz.
Yeah, Captain. I think Robert hasn't he sent a picture?
Oh yeah,
too?
well Robert also live stream
Me
with a
too.
Robert live streams with a face cam. No, I haven't, Cameron.
Yeah, you have. I've sent pictures.
I don't
Of
think
me?
so. I don't think so. Hello.
I set my alarm for an hour and a half ago.
Told you he was asleep.
Oh, it's just the
The
capital
pirate
sorry.
oversleeps, of course.
Did you read our plots? Not that it's gonna help because the DM said he's changed the encounter and now it's gonna kill us. But you know, like if you want to look in the Let's Chat server, we did have somewhat of a plan.
For the record,
We have plan.
I didn't change it. Tren and Fraz did.
They're not the DM. You have the power here.
I mean, as Cyrus, who's also a DM, can say that, you know, players truly do influence how you DM and what you do, so...
They're not even in the group though. They're not us. I
Try
can
this
understand
now,
if we
but-
gave you ideas.
I mean, to be fair, their lack of not showing up last night is kind of your punishment. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's just
So
how
everyone,
it turns out.
don't show up next Sunday, and let's all give Grim Legacy 10 Tarask. I think that seems fair. 10
Wait,
Tarask.
they didn't show up last night? I thought
No.
didn't they
Yeah.
show up also
mean-
last week?
Yeah. That's 2
Yeah, so
weeks in a
that
row.
warrants 10 Tarask. 5 Tarask per mission
Now,
party.
To
for
be
Grim Legacy.
fair, the reason why they're able to do it is because they play on Saturdays and you guys play on Sundays. By the next Saturday, I
Let's
usually have
switch it.
forgotten. You gotta
I'm
talk to
free
them.
Saturdays.
You got. If you want to go organize the coup, go ahead, Maya. That's all you.
Okay, everyone here rejected potential. Are we open Saturdays?
I
The-
can't, Maya. You know, Maya, we are not. You and I both are not. You forget that I started up my sessions last night on Saturdays every other week.
All right. Well, you can move it to Sunday, Cameron. Ember can cause chaos any day of the week. Yeah, DM, I
Oh
made
my
for he's doing a module, and I made a kleptomaniac, pyromaniac kobold. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm assuming that's silence of approval.
It could be disappointment.
Yeah, well, I did my first ever evil laugh yesterday, so you know what? I'm having fun. I wish you recorded it because I was telling Puddle about it, Cameron. She said she wanted to hear it.
You know what? I'll invite Puddle to the server and she can come listen in.
If I could do that. It was such a spur in the moment thing. I didn't even think about it.
That's how you do truly evil laughs. You don't think, you do.
You just cackle.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think our DM is so good at it? He doesn't think about it, he just does it.
Cameron dies first today.
It was a compliment.
So, Captain, you know when Cameron dies, at that point you really should run because that means I'm done and I'm ready to kill everyone.
Okay.
It was a compliment.
Oh, that's fine.
Dice.
You could have told me I had
Dice,
beautiful
be nice
blue eyes, and I still would have been like, nope, you're still dying.
Why am I the one that always gets told I'm
So-
dying?
Don't
Because
insult
everyone
the
else
DM,
understands it.
Don't compliment the DM. Don't acknowledge the DM. It's just us.
I picked
Hello,
my
players.
feats. I mean, not feats, spells.
Hello, Queen. Hello,
Be right back.
All right, now that he's gone, you guys need to start planning on how to kill him, because that's the only way you're surviving. I need a sacrifice today. Someone must die.
Who left?
Cameron.
Oh. Well, to be fair, if we just send him into battle and everyone else just backs up, you know, it's him in the army.
It would certainly be entertaining to watch.
Spoken like a true evil doctor. Already in
evil.
character trend. I appreciate it.
I'm not evil.
Is stealing
not-
organs really good? Can you say that's a lawful kind of thing?
I never said it was. I never said I was lawful. I just didn't say I'm not. I just never said I was evil.
Chaotic's just baby evil changed my mind.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't know why, but I don't think that's how that works.
Well, change my mind. That's what I just said. Let's have a
Yeah.
debate.
Okay, your opinion is wrong. End of debate.
No, I disagree with your opinion.
Then you're a terrible person. End of
I'll take
story.
that title. I never said I was a good one. Captain can attest.
Fair enough.
Testing rolls, don't worry, guys.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, we're getting a good feel of just the power level of this creature.
Oh, would you like me to do the other one so you have a better idea? Here.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah, no, thanks. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
DC 18, oh boy.
Now, I
Oh.
want you to all remember something. This is all Tren and Fraz's decision. I had plans for 2 monsters. But if it helps, there are some CR 0.5 monsters in this encounter, so it should be alright. I found water chickens.
Oh, so they have minions. Oh, wow, great. I guess it's a good thing I'm not in the battle, guys. Captain Cyrus, it was good knowing you.
So, last time we left off, the DM had something planned out, and something story-based, and something very interesting. However, due to the fact that Tren and Fraz thought, you know, what you have planned is interesting, but we think that you could do so much better, and truly give the reject potential the realistic feeling we had to deal with in our first time jump. And because of this, I came up with something to be more original, more interesting, more invested for the players. To show them that lethality is a guarantee in my world, no matter what you do. So, last time we left off, Ilya, aka Captain, managed to deceive his way all the way through to becoming the Grand Master of a Holy Order of a god he has no clue on. Cyrus got forcibly recruited into a cult, along with meeting 3 to 4 other noble humans or Nords who are just more asshole than truly noble. And Zaya, as well as Malthor, have managed to basically get themselves out of the situation without dying whatsoever. And we also are welcoming in a new player, Tren, who will be playing Kips, the chaotic doctor that you will be introduced to here shortly.
Isn't 2.0?
Malthor is gonna start getting weird flashbacks here in a moment. Last
Ow!
the last time that we had a Mizna, I remember from what I remember the first session that happened, we also ended up with an entire
much
castle slaughtered.
So much castration.
What happened to my ears?
Are you awake now, Captain?
You're going to wish your ears were the only thing that was hurting by the end of this game.
So, because of this, we're gonna start up. The party will have been retired to their own quarters, with, of course, Cyrus being returned back to the barracks to sleep with the other new recruits. Captain, aka Ilya, who I will be calling Ilya from here on out, returning straight, or being put on one side of the keep, as requested, of course, of the local lord, Lord Ilfilkir. As you do have to pause to pronounce it because it is rather difficult to pronounce. Malthor and Zaya being put on the other side, with Zaya getting a very grandiose room, and Malthor being basically put in a room that connects to hers, which is much smaller and more of a servant's dorm, or what you'd expect a personal butler to be stationed in. We're gonna start with you, Cyrus, to push this in. That came out sounding bad, but it does feel like it's accurate to the situation. So, as you return to the barracks, you can see that the city's still just as alight as always. People are still out and about, shopping, yelling, moving, talking, so on and so forth. Returning with a couple of other members of the Holy Order that are stationed here. You are brought to the barracks directly, where many of the troops have kind of racked up and started heading to bed. The other Nords that had originally been brought with you also immediately go to a couple bunks, one of which offers you a top bunk above him. It's simple bed made of straw and what looks to be a little bit of cloth for you to sleep under.
Okay. I will. So we're intermixed right now with the Nords, me, and other.
Yeah, other
troops,
members
right?
of the Holy Order stationed here.
Okay. So I will just ask, directed towards the Nords, if they've been out to battle before, and curious about how we get out to wherever we're going.
The princeling, you've completely forgotten the name of at this point, as it was really unimportant
Yep.
to you. Looks up, kind of rolls back over and looks at you as he's kind of getting himself comfortable and goes, "Yeah, there were 7 of us just a week ago."
Well, that seems not great, but yeah, do you swim out? Do they like use some sort of transport?
You know, best person to ask is the second in command in Nesh. There's a furblog down over here. He's a local cleric that they hired on. He doesn't serve the same god, but close. Apparently, he's pretty talented.
Does it look like he's pointing to a specific person, or just kind of giving me general directions?
He just kind of nudges his head to the back of the area where you see like the bathrooms, and then what looks to be a solid like black door with what looks to be iron bars on the little cubby window. You can kind of make out from this distance.
What was his name? Did he say?
Man's name is Kips or Slips. I don't know, something of that sort. He's a furblog. You can't miss him.
Okay. I will attempt to go to find the skips.
Okay.
So I'm gonna basically play all this off of as, hey, I'm new. I've got no idea what's going on, and I'm kind of trying to gather information to
Okay.
figure
So
out how we're gonna get there.
as you begin to walk back there, you suddenly hear a very loud and very piercing scream coming from the same direction that you're heading. What sounded at first like a very deep voice then suddenly changes to a very high squeaky voice. and then
Okay.
just immediately dies down.
Me as a player probably knows what just happened, but
Excuse me, I did not just cut 20 testicles off. Thank you very kindly.
Castrations, they start again.
and the door that was coming from behind the door.
Yep.
I will attempt to knock on the door.
All right. As you knock, we'll come back to you in a moment. Kips,
Okay.
as you've been working with Nesh, one of Nesh's men under his command, you've been here for a little while. After being requested to work with this man, or to work with Nesh, as after he heard about your respect of both death and honoring of those who go out into battle. This man that you're working on, Nesh had told you that he had this massively ingrown toenail that had just been breaking into his foot every time he walked. And when you start working, you realize you had ran out of anything of an anesthetic to really help the man, so you had to do it straight with just hot water. And after finally being able to pull the nail out and clip it, his scream is so ear-shattering. It reminds you of your youth, when you used to have to do this stuff for some of the local wildlife, trying to help them. And then suddenly you hear a knock at the door as your patient passes out, dead silent.
Yes, hello?
Yes, Cyrus here, one of the new recruits.
I see. Come on in.
I open up the door if it's not locked and walk in.
As you walk in, you see a very simple office with very few belongings in it. A simple wooden desk set aside with a few different plants laid on there, a couple of metal instruments, and you see what looks to be this giant deerco, dragonborn, laying on the this operating table of sorts, with a toenail clipper sitting right next to his foot.
Sorry about the scream. We ran out of anesthetic.
Oh, that's okay. Are you? I think they told me Kips.
That would be me, yeah.
Like I said, new recruit here. Just kind of curious. I guess we're going to be heading out to battle Leviathan. Maybe I was just curious if you knew how we actually get out to that battle. Swim or take some other type of craft or.
Do I know anything of the sort, DM?
You know what? Why don't you give me a history check to see if you can remember?
Alright, I'm good at these.
I would hope so.
20, not nat.
Alright. You recall that they've never told you anything. All you know is every time a man has come back, they've always been like completely soaked in water. Those very few that have come back. And you've never actually seen where they've gone, as they've been just kind of escorted off in the distance. You've never had to join them, and you weren't put on the job of helping them.
I see. I'm not entirely sure. I
Okay.
apologize. I'm assuming it would be by boat though. I
Well, thank you. That's kind of what I was trying to find out. But thank you for your time, and I'll head back out.
As you start to walk out, you see there's another sea elf walking up towards the door. He knocks on the door and goes, "Oi, Kips, I've got the itch again. It's back."
Oh boy. Okay, come on, come here.
You just see the sea elf walk in and the door shut behind him, and then a very loud screech once again.
Told you. God damn it! I told you I have to cut it off this time.
And that's the last thing you hear, Cyrus returning to your bunk.
Nice.
I'm having severe flashbacks. Can I be sound?
All right. So as you go back to your bunk, one of the young nobleman goes, "So did you find anything out?"
No, not really. Apparently we maybe go by boat. That's all I got.
but would be better than what they did last time. He
What
just
did they
kind of
do
gets
last
this.
time?
He just gets this 1,000 mile stare and just staring off in the distance. You can see sweat start to drip down, and he just looks like he's starting to lose color in his skin.
So that bad? What did they do last time?
He kind of he looks at you and goes, I can show you, but you'll never be the same again.
Sure, go ahead.
He kind of sits himself up off the thing and immediately drops trowel, turns around, and you see this brand on right on his ass that's just looks inflamed, disturbed. I mean, this thing looks completely infected, but it looks to be a magical seal.
Um, could I roll like an Arcana to try to figure out what it is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Ooh, good.
All right. You recognize this seems to be some sort of teleportation spell. You haven't seen this specific spell, but you're guessing it's some sort of overall looks like once it's activated, it teleports the person to a specific location, and then can be activated again by the same person who activated originally to bring them back to the place that they were teleported from.
Okay.
And the man just pulls his trowel up and just sits back down, and he goes, "The things they do to you."
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Completely nonchalant.
Yeah. Uh, it, it
Ki-
was useful.
The kid,
Yeah,
Cyrus
I
is
think
seeing
it was
shit, man.
useful.
This is nothing.
the kid just nods and goes, "I mean, I heard you came in with the guy who slept with the original Grandmaster. You've heard the story of the Deerco Moby, right?"
I will just smile and nod and say yes. And that's how it works.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, that's a brave Grandmaster, I tell you right there. Any man willing to take on that much, and truly
I show
deserves
you
respect."
kindness by
Yeah,
consideration.
you're right there. Just kind of doing the playing along, even though I don't know.
Yeah. He just kind of the guy rolls back over and starts. You hear soft snoring in the back, distant or from him.
I will go ahead, and that's probably all I'm gonna need to do here. Other than I'm going to use ascending before I go to bed
Okay.
to send to Zaya.
Okay.
Um, trying to think here how I want to say it. Okay,
Okay.
seems they use some sort of teleportation brand for travel. Um, not certain when we leave. That's all for now.
Okay, can I
And then,
respond back with sending, or is it a one
yes,
way?
yep, no, you'd get the response back. You'd get 25 words.
Okay, then I'll simply say, I'll keep that in mind. Going to talk to Malthor. And
Okay.
that's her response.
All right. Cyrus, as you kind of get comfortable into the bed, kind of itches a little bit, but not too terrible. Um, kind of relaxing back and starting to think about what's been going on. You see the door open. The seal from earlier walk through, and he seems to be holding a chunk, onto his inner thigh, and like limping as he's walking. And he just locks eyes with you and gives you like a death glare, and then goes to a bunk further down towards the door and lays down, goes to sleep.
This was that elf that
Mm-hmm.
the elf that went in before. Okay.
Otherwise, as the night goes on, Kips, you manage, now that all your appointments are done, you start to relax, opening up your quarters and heading into your room, passing out for the night, knowing full well you've been put in charge of the new recruits for the great Leviathan fight that Nesh has planned. And you start to recall that Nesh had told you that it was your job to make sure that they died in this battle, as they are more valuable dead with their heads on spikes than they are alive.
Understood.
Coming over to Ilya. Ilya, as you are ushered towards your room, you find yourself in what you can only describe as a true king's domain. Walking in, you have a bed, or a fluffy bed, from what you can tell, made of some sort of fine wool. The overall frame seems to be made of something mixed with a gold, between a gold and a bronze, just setup that seems to sparkle amongst the lights of the city. A fine spire-like silk drapes around the bed. Most of the furniture are either made of marble or some sort of shiny blue rock inlaid with gold. And even find that you have two maids specifically assigned to help you with any needs that are requested of you.
Shit. um, that's awesome.
Why don't you go? Wow.
Let's just shut it. Thanks for that. I'm probably just gonna plop on the bed. I haven't had a bed like that in what would probably have been several months.
Alright, as you lay down, you find yourself almost immediately calmed, as you can actually see some blue aura coming off the bed itself, and as you begin to relax. The blankets themselves are made of some sort of fine silk, and it all just seems so comfortable. The room seems to acclimate itself to the perfect temperature as you find yourself slowly drifting off to sleep. Alright, Maya, or Zaya, and Malthor. Malthor, as you join Zaya heading down the hallway towards your guys' room, you find that the room is or Zaya's room is mostly designed in in a simplistic manner. Malthor, in your experience having traveled from castle to castle, blessing and helping those in need, this seems to be what you'd expect of what a local diplomat would be treated with. Some simple marble designs on the furniture. The bed itself is made of what looks to be a fine wood, and the overall bedding seems to be not on the cheap side, but much not exactly on what you'd expect of a local king. As you find your own room, Malthor, it seems to be very similar to what you'd expect of a servant's room. A simple straw bed with wooden posts and a wash bucket in case of the need.
Alright, I'm gonna examine over the room, make sure there's nothing suspicious, so I'll be investigating.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
20 non-natural.
So as you look about, you find nothing that sticks out overall. No passageways, thankfully. The balcony, as you notice, some of the pieces of the rail are a little loose, but otherwise nothing that seems like it was sabotaged, just like it's old, and not well taken care of. Otherwise, everything seems normal.
I will go to Zaya, stay and look her and just give her a soft nod. And then look about for any books on this, since they've been talking about the Leviathan. I'm gonna look around the room, see if there's a small library of sorts with books on this creature.
You do see a very obvious bookshelf. As you look over, you see the Bible of Himkin listed on there, and a few other nonsense books, mostly romantic novels and such.
I think to myself, Zaya will probably read those while we're here, but we need to learn about the enemy. So dragon turtles and anything else, any other large creatures of the sea that might help the Leviathan.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, and as you look about, you don't see any other books in the room.
I will just take a deep breath and I'll keep pacing the room, just keeping an eye out.
Okay. Zaya?
Okay, first things first, I want to check to see if the room is magically bugged, that whatever we say can be overheard and potentially relayed.
So paranoid.
Would I roll Arcana
Yeah, go
or an
ahead.
investigation?
Go ahead and
Okay.
roll Arcana. God damn it, Cyrus. bad when I know what you're
21.
referencing.
Yeah.
The only magic you sense is coming off the bed, and you recognize this. It's just a calming spell to help you fall to sleep.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Malthor and be like, I can't sit here in good conscience knowing they're being sent to their death. I feel like we have to do something. I have a plan, but it may very well put us at risk.
Meanwhile,
Specifically
Captain.
you, if you are
Well-
open to the idea.
First off, Malthor's gonna only be speaking in infernal in this case. This way, it's harder for this way because he doesn't know. He knows they speak common to a point. He doesn't know if they speak infernal to a point. Covering his own ass. And we'll say, I will volunteer to fight to try and help handle Leviathan, but we might want to consider a peaceful solution. If
I
it's
was
true that it
thinking-
has other underwater allies, then maybe bribery will work for those allies to help ward it off.
That was my plan. I have a connection to the sea now. I may be able to negotiate, but if not, I believe we should find a way to be there to help. But I'll need to speak to the Lord of this place before bed. Did you, by the way, DM, say there was a book on Himkin?
Yes, a Bible.
Would
of sorts,
I
a holy book.
be able to first find the Lord to speak with him and then read that before I head to bed?
Oh yeah, very easily.
Okay, because I'd like to read that book. But first I want to, before it gets too late, find the Lord or someone else of higher status to talk
Okay.
to.
As you go to
I'm
open the
gonna
door,
keep looking for anything I can study to read. Actually, no, I'm sticking with Zaya. I'm
Okay.
following
Yeah,
her.
follow.
as
Please.
the door or as you go to knock on the door, one of the guards opens it, looks at you, and as you make the request to see the local lord, the guard nods, and both the other guard opens the door, both doors as well, and they start leading you back towards where you guys had originally come in the main dining hall, and then into a back room that seems almost, Malthor, as you look back, it's identical to your servants' quarters. The only difference is the bed is made of a finer material, or the bedding itself, but otherwise it's small. It's basically just a desk, a very cheap wooden bed with some soak tossed on, and what looks to be a water basin. And in there you see Lord Ilfelkir, the Dirko you saw earlier.
Would this strike me as odd?
Yes. Normally, lords don't live like this. They typically live in what basically I describe for Captain.
Would I know
I'm
as
going-
someone
Yes.
who came from nobility?
Zaya,
I'm
looking
gonna
in this
pull
room,
up-
it looks
I'm
very
gonna look at-
strange.
I'm gonna look around the room quizzically and then look at Zaya giving a raised eyebrow, like there is
No.
something up.
I'm looking around as well.
All right, as you look back, you see that sitting at the very cheap, what looks to be almost a very basic oak desk that was crudely made, is this giant Dirko of a man just sitting there, reading a book. As he looks up and he goes, "Can I help you, Lady Ravensong?"
Can I Arcana and see if he's an illusion, like
Sure.
he only appears as the Lord?
Go ahead.
I'm assuming Arcana.
Yep.
All right.
Or detect
oh gosh,
magic.
Wrong button. 7.
Yeah, he seems legitimate. It looks like it's him.
Okay, I'm gonna smile graciously, do a small curtsy. Sorry for disturbing you at this time, but I was, discussing with my bodyguard here. He was writing to me before we head to bed, and we had something we wanted to bring up to you. I myself am new, obviously, to ruling. You would know. You knew my grandfather. I'm sure you've heard some of the family drama along the way, but I want to learn more, and I was hoping with the oncoming battle that I could, from a safe distance, be able to watch. I would love to learn your fighting tactics and to see how you handle war, especially against sea creatures. I